What's up, guys, gals, and non-binary pals? My name is Naomi. Welcome to House of Miscellanea. Today is Tuesday, which means it's trivia day on the YouTube. I hope that everybody is doing well, keeping warm, busy, and all the fun things for your week. I am looking for a new putty here because I just ran out of my putty. I used the last little nugget. So now I'm trying to pick a different one. I think we're going to go with, no, it's too early for Winter Dreams. But that might be more of what I'll go with the Pearl ... putty. I'm not sure exactly what the Pearl ... putty from Butterfly Effect Wears is supposed to be like, but like what scent it's supposed to be, but I like it anyways. This is my go-to putty, especially when it comes to acrylic and rounds. And that's what this piece is right here. We'll talk about the piece that I'm working on here in a moment. I'm not seeing anybody filing into chat just yet, but we'll get there. If you're sitting and waiting, hello, and you have not said hi yet. Other than that, I have my usual tray from Firefly. This one is the Switch Mini Max from Firefly. Hi, Barb. Good afternoon to you. This one has a removable lid. You slide it off. It's nice, deep tray. I love that about it. It's just nice and deep. And then this one has a removable trash tray along with an open and close pour spout. Ooh, little drill on me. An open and close pour spout. It looks like a whistle on the underside. And then it has this hole in the top so that while you are working, you can put your pen in it and your pen will not roll off the table on you. I love that. I am just doing some looking at this here beautiful canvas one. It's got a few hairs on it. I have not pulled this one out in a long time, but I did finish the whole bottom row last night. This one, let me get you some stats on her. This is, got to go way back for it because I started her a long time ago and then I just really haven't worked much on her. Oh, let's see. Pages, pages, pages. Lots of pages of finished things. Let's see. We have, I got to be getting close. Maybe, maybe not. There it is. This one is called by Christina Belikova, and this is from Distracted by Diamonds. And I am up to the second row, which is like right about in here. And I'm just starting on the first square of the second row. I am kitted up in my art dot. Whoa, ladies and gentle dogs, what are you doing over there? I am kitted up in my art dot. It's the, well, I have the 420 count, but this is just one of the trays from it. And that's what I have my stuff kitted up into. Hi, Wall. Hello, hello, hello. Speaking of Wallflower, this pen was sent to me by Wallflower from C'est Plus Boateur, which is a French company, very fancy. And then, as ever, I always keep some handy tweezers, flat kind if I'm working with rounds. I don't use the murder tweezers with rounds because it doesn't pick them up very well. And then I've got a little roll of washi tape that I'm going to use to section off my canvas. And I use a pair of scissors instead of any kind of knife or whatever to cut into this because I'm scared of cutting my diamond painting. Unlike some other people, they might not be. But today I decided it would be fun to do some ball trivia. So that is the plan for today. Just got to pull up my quiz I got for you. And then some other announcements before I start that. A few things that I wanted to share with you. First and foremost, and very, very importantly, I want to remind you guys. Hi, Glory. Hello, hello. Um, I wanted to remind you guys that coming up for the month of December, I am running an event in December and January here on this channel called Mary Morales. And as you can guess, that is an event that will be based on artwork by Margaret Morales. Now, just to kind of talk a little bit about the event and the requirements for the event. Sign up will begin on the 1st of November if you're going to be signing up for it. You don't have to sign up that early. It doesn't start until December 1st, but that form for entry will be released November 1st. So you can start early if you want to. You do not require a new start for the event. However, if you are going for the grand prize, you need to have at least a 50 by 50 area left to work on your canvas. And you'll know that on the Diamond Art Club canvases, it's a lot easier because there's sections, right? Each of those sections is a 10 by 10 centimeter square. So if you have at least a 50 by 50 or 5 by 5 on that thing, 25 squares left to do, you can enter for the grand prize because you're going to need to follow some instructions. It'll all be on the form, but I wanted to let you know that you do not require a new start even to win the grand prize, but there are some hurdles you have to jump through. They're not that hard, honestly. You're just going to need to finish your canvas from whatever you have left with 50 by 50 remaining, right? There will be lots of prizes. There will be lots of sponsors. We're already starting to get those sponsors together for the event. And first and foremost, our first sponsor for that event is Margaret Morales herself. I am so beyond excited. I could pee myself. Margaret has agreed to set something for the grand prize pack, including artwork, stickers, poster, probably. I don't know. She's going to figure it out for me, but she will be sponsoring Mary Morales, and I am beyond stoked because we all know I love me some Margaret Morales. And yeah, I'm super excited, but that will kick off December 1st. The sign up for it will begin in November. So just wanted to get that announcement out there into the wild. You will start seeing more graphics for it. I'll probably plug it more often on the channel. You'll be hearing about it. I can't wait. I am super excited. I felt like the last event went really solidly. And so I'm excited to do another event and get it kicked off. So, anyways, enough about Margaret Morales and whatnot. I'm going to go ahead and section off my canvas here because I've not yet done that. So now, if you've not sectioned off a canvas, you get to see how it's done. I like to use the thinner washi tape, not the thick stuff. Let me get something. I gotta wipe my nose. I got a little snot running here. Ew. Hang on. I want to be boogering on myself or my canvas. Oh my goodness. But tell me, how are you guys doing? I see Barb and Glory and Wallflower are here. How is everybody else in the chat doing? Having a good Tuesday? Fall is definitely in the air. I can always tell because then my nose starts running for literally no reason. I don't know that it's like necessarily like a hay fever or anything like that. It's just, I don't know. I think it's the pollens in the air just start to bother my nose and then it starts running. I have this cute little mascot here, my little squishy candy corn. This is it's a fun little scooshy. I like to poke it. Hi, Southern Mama. Oh, it's been a while. How have you been? But yeah, I like to just squish it sometimes. You want to just poke it when you're really feeling angry at somebody, you just poke it. We'll just leave that right there. um, no, I'm doing good. I hope that you're well. All right, let me get some tape. Now, the one thing about canvases, specifically from Distracted by Diamond. Hi, Angel. How are you? All right, hold on. Let me get this out of here. There we go. Over here burning chocolate chip cookies. Glory. There will be no burning of the chocolate chip cookies. That's heresy. That's worse than party foul spilling beer because I don't drink beer. Working a lot. Well, sometimes that's good. We got that Black Friday event coming up from Diamond Art Club, so you might want to. So yeah, regarding Distracted by Diamonds canvases, one thing to be aware of is their canvases are lovely. They do use, I feel like I'm not 100% positive, but I believe that they use a mix of hand rendering, but mostly it's computer rendering. And there's some reasons why I think that. Uh, but the other thing of note regarding their canvases is the plastic is not one large piece of plastic. You're going to have two pieces of plastic to deal with. So when you are working on your Distracted by Diamonds canvas, you're going to need to be aware of this fact, because there is usually a seam right up the middle that it's actually two separate pieces of plastic that you need to deal with. Um, so I usually just try to section one side at a time versus trying to cut something in the middle of it or whatever. And then usually when the canvases aren't already sectioned, I just kind of eyeball it as far as where I want it to. I think I can probably do it's usually just what I think I can do in a single setting, like while I'm sitting here, whatever. And I know that at least during the live and maybe a little bit following the live that I can get this section done in a couple of hours, as long as I'm not talking too much and tabbing too many times on the computer. Your stove runs hot. I have an old gas stove too. I actually prefer the gas stove. I feel like at least it's a more accurate cook. I like it better for the burners. I like it better for the oven. I've used a gas oven for, gosh, it's been the last by 15 years now. My old one was electric, and I like to make things like no bake cookies, which no bake cookies are basically just fudge, honestly. It's like you boil the sugar until it gets to like sciency stage where it's bubbling. You add vanilla, peanut butter, oatmeal, and your cocoa. Well, you put the cocoa and the sugar, and when you make the sugar mixture is cocoa and sugar with some margarine. But anyways, I like doing that more on the gas stove because I feel like I can be more accurate with it, with my timing. The heat I feel like is more even and um than with my old electric stove. I would probably ruin, I don't know, um batches and batches of no bake cookies just trying to get the science right, because like with no bake cookies there's very much a science involved in it because it's like making fudge. You're essentially, you need to make sure that your sugar is going so that it turns into a nice, like, soft, malleable sort of deal instead of crystallizing or becoming really gross. And so I've always felt like I had uh more control with the gas stove than with the electric. Hi, Jamie. Welcome. Yeah, I don't know if my stove is older than me, but I have definitely been using it for the last like 15 years. So But yeah, it's fall time, and fall time usually means a few things, right? So yesterday we had Indigenous Peoples Day, formerly Christopher Columbus Day, and that usually signifies some things are coming, right? One is like the official start of fall uh happened back in September. This year I think was the 22nd if I'm not mistaken and I'm not misremembering. Um but with the start of fall means all kinds of things like harvesting, apple picking, apple cider donuts. Like my some of my favorite things come out of fall. And now I don't go apple picking and whatever, but I'll go there and buy a bushel of apples or buy their fresh apple cider donuts, those sorts of things, because oh my gosh, lovely stuff. Um, for those who also are not familiar with Distracted by Diamonds, I know at least for their round canvases, I'm not certain about the square, but the round canvases do use acrylic drills. So be aware of that. One thing I always get agitated about with regard to acrylic drills and rounds is like when you're trying to set them up in your tray, you ever notice that they are like impossible to get right in there? I feel like resin drills set up no problem, but when you're trying to do the acrylic ones, it's such a pain in the butt. I don't know why that is. But yeah, other favorite fall things. I mean, I have always taken the kids for trick or treating. I mean, my youngest is now an adult person and I'm pretty sure that they're still planning to go trick or treating this year cuz I mean, they can get away with it. Uh but, I've always taken the kids trick or treating. I've always, um, I don't really do a lot of decorating for fall, but then you start talking about your fall bakes and things like that. Hi, Marie. Hi, Alex. You start talking about your fall baking and the sorts of cookies that you're going to be making. And then, very, very quickly, we get into Thanksgiving because, like, it seems like it creeps up on me every year, like out of the bushes. It's just not there, and then all of a sudden, bam, it's Thanksgiving. Now, I'm lucky enough that our Dustin's parents, my in-laws, they host every year, and so I don't have to worry about cooking and whatnot. But I think what'll end up happening is when they don't want to host or when like it's too much for them, either A, we would host at their house, like, we would go over and do the cooking and whatever. Just they would just have to sit, relax, and we would come over and do all the cooking. Um, but I have a feeling that just like my in-laws' parents who used to host for Christmas every year, that they'll be hosting Thanksgiving at least for my small unit, myself, Dustin, Orion and his significant other, and Aurora and her significant other, and then them for Thanksgiving. If nobody else comes, fine, but at least our little unit of family will probably always do Thanksgiving. But I don't really have to worry so much about the cooking. Well, when I go over, I help with a lot of stuff. Like I will help with the cooking. I will help get things, taken care of, set up, whatever. And then I'm always in charge of a couple of things. One being the deviled eggs, because I feel like my deviled eggs are just splendid. I love my deviled eggs. I never have extras, and then my mashed potatoes. Because again, I feel like my mashed potatoes are not to be challenged. They are delicious mashed potatoes. Like, I don't even need gravy with my mashed potatoes because they're so tasty. My kids love them. My in laws love them. So, yeah, I go over, I help get things, cooked and set up and whatever in the kitchen. And I always make the mashed potatoes and the deviled eggs. Um, what sorts of things do you guys like to cook in fall or like for Thanksgiving? What are your specialties? look at Angel and Marie. Marie and Angel sending hearts to each other. um, and yeah, tell me what sorts of stuff you like to cook. What your specialties are for Thanksgiving. Now, I was talking in the Discord the other night, and we were talking about. Oh, Alex, you're gonna have to remind me what they're called. And I think you mentioned that they're Dominican, that it's a Dominican tradition, not maybe it was pastales. Was it pastales? It wasn't tamales. I feel like it was pastales, but maybe I'm crazy. Um, and, and now you buy them because we were talking a little bit about this the other night, but um, I have hosted Thanksgiving at my home before, not my home that I'm in now, for my in-laws one time. I don't remember why we hosted that year, like if there was a specific reason. I think it was just maybe to break up tradition, do something different. But I think my in-laws really are just kind of such control freaks that they were just not going to let that happen twice. We don't do traditional dining in either situation. Like, yes, we are all eating together for Thanksgiving, but we don't sit at a big dining room table. Um, we don't like we all kind of sit in the living room and the TV's usually on. And, to start with, it's like, if it's still early enough, it'll be like the parade, the Macy's Day Parade. And then it'll be a football game. And I don't pay any attention to football. I mean, it's not really something that I'm into. So usually if I'm not in the kitchen helping, I'll take maybe something like a paint gem or whatnot over with me. So then I can sit and work on at a little, card table. I don't have to be in anybody's way. Um, Now when I was working, because it's been this upcoming November will be a year since I lost my job. And um and I say lost as if, I lost it and I wish I could find it again. Wrong. I actually I'm going to talk about it in my whip and chat, so I won't talk too much about it right now, but I got a phone call from somebody from that life because it feels like a whole lifetime ago, a whole different life uh today, and got some interesting news. And so that was just sort of a little blast out of my past. Pasteles. Okay, I was right. I was right. You don't like cooking, but you love eating? Oh yeah, see, I do too. I really love to eat. Now, Dustin is notorious for overeating until he gets sick. And I've had to tell him many, many times over the years, like, okay, this time maybe don't eat until you get sick. And then he's been better about it the last, several years. But I remember when we first got together, like he would eat until he was sick. Like that is not good for you. Like this is not ancient Rome. You don't get to like visit the vomitorium and just like start your meal over or whatever. Like not good. And it wasn't like an eating disorder sort of deal. Pardon me. Um, no triggers. It wasn't an eating disorder. It was just I think because he just liked it so much, he would just eat until he was sick. And it's like, you look miserable. What are you doing to yourself? But I like making deviled eggs. I like making mashed potatoes. Okay, now here's a question, and not a quiz question. Hi, Wicked Kitty Princess. Hello, hello. A question, but not a quiz question. Are you pro pumpkin pie or are you against pumpkin pie? I feel like everybody is very solidly on one side of the fence, excuse me, or the other. So are you like team pumpkin pie or team some other kind of pie? My father-in-law every year, ends up with a chocolate silk. Well, my mother-in-law ends up with a chocolate silk pie, and my father-in-law always ends up with the lemon meringue. I'm the one who eats like basically the entirety of a pumpkin pie. Whatever everybody else is not eating, I'm eating it because I love pumpkin pie. So tell me, are you team pumpkin pie or team other pie? And if team other pie, what kind of pie do you like? And then I am very basic, but I am basic like through most of the right. However, I'm not okay. Here's another question for you. Are you team pumpkin spice or no? I I enjoy pumpkin spice in some things, but I'm not like mad about it, like going places specifically to find pumpkin spice stuff. I like the smells of fall. I think honestly, that's probably why I love fall as much as I do. There are so many smells that are involved specifically with fall that I love so much. Like, yeah, you can equate cinnamon to the winter month, but usually you equate cinnamon to fall. Um, I love the smell of like leaf detritus. We need to have pumpkin pie with whipped cream and a couple other types of pies. Yeah, okay. Yeah. But you have a pumpkin pie cuz like I am pro pumpkin pie all the way. Hi Ellen, welcome, welcome. You're anything and everything pie. Okay. You'll eat it but you prefer apple. Okay. Jamie, Southern Mama pumpkin all the yeah. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Alex's team pumpkin. Um Yeah, I that smell of, like, when you've got a pile of leaves, right, and then somebody goes through and mulches up the pile, that smell of leaf detritus, I love that smell. Hiking in the fall is my favorite because of that smell. Love it. Absolutely love it. And then, yeah, let me know, are you team pumpkin spice? I mean, I'm okay with pumpkin spice, but I'm not like going to look for it. You know what I mean? Like I'm not going specifically. But that said, Bath and Body Works, I can't go in the store. I get like almost instantly from all the perfumes. But they have some of the best fall scented stuff. I could just like literally slather my body with everything fall scented from Bath and Body Works. I just can't go in there to buy it. That's the only problem. So like I can't even go in and do like sniff tests on stuff. I've got to just like basically run in with my face covered, find something that's got fall leaves on it and basically run out. Like I can't even I remember I went in there this last Christmas time and I was trying to find something. I think I was going in there to find a new body wash or whatever because I do like their body washes. Diamond painting reviews by Jean. Hello, Jean. Hi, how are you? Team pumpkin spice latte, but once fall is over, I'm done with it. Yeah, no doubt. Um, I was going in there, I was trying to find maybe like a body wash or something, and I just I had my basket, I'm like, okay. I wore a mask, I think, like like a surgical mask so that I could cover my face, thinking like maybe that would help a little bit. But I noticed that like the back of my throat started to get really um nasal drippy, like it was I felt an allergic reaction coming on, and with that always triggers a migraine. And I look at the line, and the line is like out the store. I was like, all right, nah, nope, 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 we're good. I don't care that I have a coupon. I guess I'm just not going to shop here today. I wanna be able to test the smells, man. I wanna go in and actually test a smell, but it's so, like, heady, you know what I mean? The smells are like, they're cloying, they, like, stick to you. They're great, but, like, ugh, I can't do it. And I'd love to be able to. You're not a huge fan of pumpkin spice? I like pumpkin spice in my pumpkin pie. I don't know that I like pumpkin spice flavored things necessarily. But I do love it. And I will buy things that are scented with pumpkin spice. But like we have Yankee candles and we have all these different candle companies, and I love candles, but I also love not having my house on fire. And I've got a cat that's curious about things, and then Beans, who has no freaking idea what his tail is doing 98% of the time. So I can't like trust to burn a candle for very long. So I use like a essential oil diffuser. But I found out I can't use the essential oil diffuser while diamond painting because it creates a like oily sheen for whatever reason. It creates an oily sheen, and probably because it raises the humidity kind of deal in the air onto my diamond painting where nothing sticks because it's just sliding. So I can't even use my freaking essential oil. I mean, overnight I can, but um, it's a mess. Just a mess, guys. But yeah, I love fall. It is my favorite time of year, and technically, hi Michelle. Dove has a fall special edition soap line at Walmart. Oh, I'll check that out. I do like Dove. I do like Dove soap. Dove soap is awesome. Um, but I even though my birthday is December, which you kind of equate with winter, my birthday is still technically in the fall, end of December. It's always a crapshoot on whether we're gonna get snow or not. Um, in Wisconsin, it's like, we could get snow on October 31st. Like it has snowed on Halloween before, plenty of times, while taking the kids trick or treating. But it's a crapshoot on whether or not we'll get snow on my birthday. Although the new thing that's been happening in my town is we have this thing called Jolly Jingle, and the which is, again, it's funny because it's not technically winter yet, but they do the Jolly Jingle, and they have like this Christmas parade and fireworks jam. Okay, now first of all, if you know me, my favorite of the year to celebrate is the 4th of July for a couple of different reasons. One, my sobriety birthday is on the 6th and then of July. And then two, I love fireworks. When you have synesthesia like I do, fireworks feel different. Oh, you're in Wisconsin as well, Ellen. Where are you at? You use candle warmers? Oh, okay. Could I candle warmer might work. That might work. Pumpkin pie is where it's at. Heck yeah. Um, I love the fireworks because synesthesia causes the experience to be very different. I don't just experience with my ears. I I experience with my eyes. I experience with my skin. Um, it's essentially a whole body sensation. It affects every sense, including sense of smell, taste, sight, hearing, everything. Everything is affected when it comes to fireworks. And so it's my favorite thing to celebrate. Well, now that they do the Jolly Jingle, it's usually that first week of December, which always coincides closely with my birthday. Well, one year, I think it was 3 years ago. This year, my birthday's on Monday, so it would have been not last year, but the year before. My birthday was on Saturday, and I got fireworks on my birthday, which was really awesome. You'll take the burnt cookies? Delafield. Wait a minute. Delafield. Hold on, I gotta look that up. I figure out where Delafield is. Delafield. Let me see how far away we are. Oh, you're like outside Milwaukee. Okay. We're actually not that far away from each other. I'm on the state line. We're about an hour apart. I'm on the state line, north of Beloit. The interstate literally goes boop right through my town. Um, so context clues, if you could figure that out. If you're heading south and you're not going via Kenosha, then you could probably figure out where I live. Um, but yeah, so I get to celebrate the Jolly Jingle in the first weekend of December every year around my birthday. So I'm very excited about that. I always get fireworks. Only problem is I always forget about it too. And so it takes me by surprise. But like I can walk 2 blocks this direction from my house and it's across the river from there. So I get to watch from across the river and see the fireworks going off for my birthday. It's just amazing. So much fun. Um, but kicking off my birthday with fireworks is always fun. Always a good time. And I'm thinking this year that'll be after my birthday, I think. The Jolly Jingle. Hold on, let me look. My birthday is on Cyber Day this year, which um oh no, wait. What? Yeah, my birthday's on Cyber Monday because it's the second. So fireworks will be after my birthday. It'll be on the 7th. Pumpkin spice, yummy. Love pumpkin spice scones. Ooh, yes. Hi, Deborah. Deborah from Captured by Radiance is here. Hello, hello. Thanks, Togo. My bird just mocked me, I think. Um, yeah, so I love to be able to celebrate my birthday with fireworks. That's always nice, especially when I don't know for sure if I'm going to get snow. So I'm going to remember this year that it's going to be like after my birthday, and I will set up somehow so I can go watch the fireworks instead of catch like the tail end of it as I walk down that way from my house. Cause yeah, as we all know, I do love to walk, but like to actually catch it on time this time. But the parade just sort of like culminates with they show up in this big empty field and then they light off fireworks over the river. It's really cool. Really, really cool. Um, oh, Deborah, I keep meaning to ask you. I'll send you a separate email, but I'm looking for sponsors for the Mary Morales. Now I know you obviously don't have Margaret Morales, but I'm also going to do some features for watercolor artists. And I know that you've got some Jody Bergsma, and so I was going to talk about probably Jody Bergsma because I do love her artwork. Um, and then I was going to look and see what other kind of watercolor peeps you might have over there. But yeah, I'll email you separately, but wanted to see if you had any interest in sponsoring. No need to answer now. Um, totally fine if you do not. Uh, but yeah, I love fall every year. It is absolutely my favorite season. Um, I do like when we get that little like weird stint where it's a little bit unseasonably warm, not hot, but unseasonably warm, and you can go out and enjoy a really nice hike in some really just lovely weather. You get to enjoy the fall colors. Like that's always wonderful. Always the best. Um, and we go usually, and I'll have to talk to Dustin and be like, yo, are we still planning a trip? Because we go every year, uh, a place in Wisconsin called Rib Mountain, RIB, Rib Mountain. And no, they don't serve ribs there. I wish they did. But it is beautiful up there. And we go and we hike in the fall. And I mean, the path is damn near impossible to find because of all the fallen leaves, but we really, really enjoy that hike. It's just a very like easy, um, well, relatively easy hike up and down this mountain. I would say it's more like a bluff. It used to be the tallest point in Wisconsin, when I think before the glaciers hit, and it was geologically the tallest point in Wisconsin. I don't know if it still is. I'm not sure, but it's just a beautiful state park. We have some of the most beautiful state parks in the nation. If you're into hiking, especially like woodsy trail hiking, Wisconsin hands down has some of the best state parks in the nation. I feel like I'm partial, sure, because I live here, but um the reason I don't leave is because Wisconsin is just a beautiful state. And I mean, I know you got upstate New York fall colors and stuff like that, but I would say that our fall colors definitely rival. But I mean, I guess we're on the same latitudes. It definitely helps. Oh, did you get stuff dropped yet, Deborah? Ooh, I gotta go look now. Hold on a minute. Hold on. I hadn't seen. Find out. Can't wait to see the new drops. Oh, nope, not yet. Not yet. But I do want to remind people while she is here and while it is on my mind, please, please, please remember that right now through the month that there is a 40% off sale going on at capturedbyradiance.com. Michelle, if you could drop the link for Captured by Radiance in the comments, please. Um, there is a 40% off sale going on right now for everything in the store except for not the custom turned pens. And now that all of the kits that were new releases have been moved over to just kits, it's everything in the store, but it will not include new releases going forward for the month. So anything that's on there now that's not a new release and not a custom turned pen is 40% off. The sale code should be there on the website, but if it is not, it is fall sale 24, uppercase, all one word, the number 24. So FALLSALE, capitalized 2 and 4. So go over to Captured by Radiance and get you a good deal on some very high quality canvases. Just finished working on Divide of Attraction. And if you've not watched that post review, definitely do yourself a favor and check it out because you will see how it turned out. And it is just breathtaking. Absolutely breathtaking. Yeah, so fall stuff, guys. Hi, Wicked Kitty Princess. I think I said hello already, but I'm gonna say it again. Oh, we have a DAC restock. Gross. Why, DAC? Why? Always, always. Some sort of something with them, I tell you. Let's take a look and see what sort of damage they've done. Find out. I know there were a lot of people that were mad about the mystery release they did. Okay, let's see. Back in stock. Oh my God, Little Lizard Garden is back in stock. Ugh. Beautiful Eye, Springbringer is back in stock. Holiday Shop. Oh, that's cute. Tea and Books, Mushroom Forest, Stained Glass Trees, Magic Potion, the Genovia art one. Marine to Life is back in stock. Cozy Cabin, Sam the Stained Glass Cat, Elf Gnome Trio with Reindeer, Hydrangea Garden Birds, The Witch's Study Room, Butterfly, Easter Egg Hunters, Pisces from Eau Claire Studio, Sea Queen, Sarah Mustafa, Black Cat by Candlelight, Deborah Malcolm's Cherry Tree, Malibu Vibes, Hail to the Pumpkin King, Disney, and Freedom at the Lake, Chuck Pinson. Little Lizard Garden is back in stock, you guys. I'll just go have a good cry later. Blooming Knowledge is going to be restocked, Jamie. I only know that because that's one that she continues to restock. Because we asked about that when we were on the call. I needed to know. Oh, man. Oh, well. Guess I'll catch Little Lizard Garden maybe on another one. But yeah, so anyways, fall things. I have a fall quiz ready for you guys. Just really easy kind of questions, nothing terrible, something just to, get the juices flowing. Again, there are no real like prizes to win. It's all bragging rights and, just like whose line is it anyways, the questions are made up and the points don't matter. Mostly just for funsies. And I feel like for the most part, people have really enjoyed trivia. Just, something fun to do to see what your knowledge is about things. We did Buffy trivia a couple times. We've done trivia about animals. We've done all kinds of different trivias. If you have a recommendation or something that you would like to see done for trivia, please let me know. I come up with these on my own, and it would be nice if I didn't have to be the only brains of the operation because I run out of ideas sometimes. I'm like, and I make it up at the last second. Had to step away briefly. That's okay. I answered the question about Blooming Knowledge being restocked because I know we talked about that during the call. Hi Amber, welcome. And then I was just, you didn't miss anything. All right, let's go ahead and get started with some trivia questions. And then, I talked about a daiquiri. That was pretty much it. That was pretty much it. Sorry, I'm just grabbing my questiones here. Okay. Here we go. All right. Now, again, these are pretty easy. I think it has easy, medium, and then hard. So it'll ramp up in difficulty as we go along, but it's like 30 questions before it does so. So that said, are you prepared for some fall trivia questions? Are you ready? Drum roll. I won't drum roll. It makes the dogs wake up and start barking. So I will not be doing that. But drum roll with my nails. Drum roll. There we go. All right. So questions. Ooh, soda time. Yes, Mountain Dew. Question time and questions. Ooh, strawberry margaritas. Yeah. There you go. Questions 1 through like 30-ish are easy questions. Are you ready? Let's do it to it. Question number 1. What month does fall begin in the northern hemisphere? What month does fall begin in the northern hemisphere? I'm waiting for Justin's butt to show up any minute here. Dogs to start barking for no dang reason. Because that's what they do. Still no sign of Mizuchira. She's hiding in the mail somewhere. She's decided to go on a trip somewhere that I don't know about. Hopefully she gets to go to some place a little tropical. I've also got uh of Artemis I've not opened yet, but I'm going to be doing that for a video for the event. So you won't be seeing that unboxing for a little while. But that said, I got to see what's going on with that. All right, what'd you come up with, guys? What month does fall begin in the Northern Hemisphere? The answer is September. Question number 2. Which tree produces acorns? Which tree produces acorns? Funny story, my son, when he was younger, we play this game when we go on walks and hikes where we come up with a world, like it's a world building kind of exercise just to keep mind off of walking. And, because if you're talking about things that interest you, you're not paying attention to what's bothering you or being worn out or tired. And I remember at one point we were on a walk in the fall and he came up with a world where the currency of that world was acorns. Thought that is pretty interesting. The answer is oak trees produce acorns. Those are produced by oak trees. What holiday is celebrated on the last Thursday in November in the United States? What holiday is celebrated on the last Thursday in November in the United States? But yeah, we like to play this game when we're walking, and I'm telling you, like, we've come up with some pretty incredible places. Uh, really, Beans? What? What do you got to tell me? No, no, no. That didn't mean bark again. That just means what are you doing there? But hi, it's okay. What's up, dude? Your dad's gonna be home soon. He might take you someplace. Yeah, but I can't take you right now. I'm sorry. I'm doing a live, dude. A good looking boy. I wonder if I can take you off the stand here without shaking up your world too much and show you, but hey, no, no. Here, let me see if I can take you off of here and I will show you the puppy. There's Beans. Shaking his head. There's Mr. Beans. Pain in my butt and little princeling of the world. Beans, it's okay. It's okay, dude. If you need to go OUT right now, I cannot take you right at the moment. What time are we at? 4:53. Dad'll be home in just a little bit, okay? The holiday that happens on the third Thursday the last Thursday in November in the US is Thanksgiving. Thanksgiving. We already talked a little bit about Thanksgiving and what I'm excited about in regards to Thanksgiving. And it's always eating. Always, always eating. Oh, you were thinking pine cones, not acorns? Fair enough. All right. What type of pie is most commonly associated with Thanksgiving? We talked about this too. It is also my favorite type of pie. Hands down. I enjoy fruit pies, but my favorite is this kind of pie. Technically a fruit pie? Wait. Is that a fruit? Beans. No, dude. Give me 1 second. 1 moment. Come here, Beansies. No, here, go lay down. Come here, Beans. Come here, buddy. Got salmon fingers. Ouch! Just hit my knee. Salmon fingers for you. Here I can. There you go. Yeah, go munch on that. That'll take you all of 3.5 seconds. Oh, there's Dustin. Right on time. Okay, the answer is pumpkin pie, right? Can you do me a favor before we go run upstairs? Will you let him OUT? He just started barking. Bowie, stop. Okay. Okay. He was barking in my face, and I don't know if he has to go. I gave him a salmon finger to keep him busy for a second. Not two? I'll keep him busy for a little second. Are you already done with your salmon finger? You silly. Okay, is pumpkin a fruit, guys? That's like a question. Not a quiz question. Is pumpkin a fruit? I'm not positive. What's going on with your ear, buddy? Why do you keep shaking your head? What's going on, Beans? You need me to clean your ears out later? I can. Because I can, but not right now. I don't know. I'm not certain. I'd have to Google that. I would have to Google that. Find out for sure. Hello, Ducky. Hello, hello. Maybe you can help us by telling me if pumpkin is a fruit. What does the internet say? Squash or gourd? Okay. 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 Well, because I mean, I know it has seeds in it, so it's like, seed is a thing. I don't know. I don't freaking know. Because it's like, a tomato is a fruit technically, but it's like a savory type of fruit. Very strange. All the rules about fruits and vegetables confuse me. Not gonna lie. So you're taking Mr. Ben's senior beans?
Senior.
And take his seniorness with you?
Yep. Barky Bark.
Yeah, Captain Barky Bark. Oh, I missed some. Barky Bark and the Funky Bunch. Yes, Barky Bark and the Fluffy Bunch. That's terrible. I now feel old and silly for having said that out loud. All right. Let me get to the next question. Let me lay this drill before I forget to. Gosh. Barb says it is a fruit. Alex says it's a fruit because it has seeds. We just Googled it. Michelle says fruit, according to Google. Hi, Nati. Hello, hello. Okay, so a pumpkin is a fruit, but it's also a squash. So it's like one of those, does it count as a fruit or whatever? You know what I mean? Interesting stuff, I tell you. All right, next question. My mouse go. There it is. What fruit is most commonly harvested in the fall? We talked about this earlier too. What fruit is most commonly harvested in the fall? And it blooms. Yeah, it does have a flower on it too. A pumpkin. Their vines grow flowers. Interesting stuff, I tell you. Like I said, I don't know what qualifies, like what qualifiers it has to have in order to meet that criteria of fruit, but I assumed. Interesting. I also wonder sometimes when it comes to certain fruits, certain vegetables, certain things like what possessed somebody to put that in their mouth. You know what I mean? Like when they discovered cow's milk for the first time, like was some dude just standing there looking at a cow's udder like, you know, that has milk coming out of it, and so does my mother. I should definitely check that out. I don't know how that works. Like, that looks delicious. I'd like to try it. Slaps the baby cow's mouth away from the udder and just starts drinking away. Like, I don't know. How did that go down?
But like,
That was a wolf. Romulus and Remus. No, I'm trying to figure out how like dude first discovered that milk is delicious. Cow's milk is delicious.
you
Of course I assume it's a dude. You think it was a woman? Yeah. On the mutters?
finger.
Finger nipples, yes. Yes. Obviously a dude sucking on finger nipples. That's I'm going with that. I'm going with it. Yep. All right, I'll see you in a little bit. Have fun, be safe. Oh my lord, finger nipples. Yep, leave it to Dustin. Talk about finger nipples. Oh my gosh. All right. Next, oh, that the answer to the fruit most commonly harvested is an apple. All right. What okay, you're gonna go, why are you even asking that? What bird is traditionally associated with Thanksgiving in the US? What bird is traditionally associated with Thanksgiving in the US? Speaking of this type of bird, the one-footed one has returned. It scared the poops out of Beans the other day because we were headed on our usual walk, and all of a sudden it's stumping its way across the sidewalk. He didn't see it when we first exited the house, and so it just sort of like showed up in front of him. And I I'd never seen a dog double take that in my life, but it was it was pretty funny to watch him like have a whole ass moment of what the hell is that thing in the middle of my sidewalk right now. And he just stood there watching it. Like he didn't go running after it. He didn't freak out. He didn't, like start barking at it or anything. He just sort of watched it stumping its way across the freaking sidewalk. Oh, when lives get sorry. I forgot. I leave the ads on because I forget to turn them off. And then I forget that it's just like if you refresh though, if it's like got you behind, it should catch you up. Even if it's like 5 seconds or whatever. Started with goats a long time ago. Oh, so instead of cows it was goat finger nipples? Even better. I mean, granted, that's not the grossest thing that humans have done in history to goats, but what or sheep's, whatever works, I suppose. Um yeah, so the answer is turkey, obviously. But yeah, Dustin. Beans was I was about to take him out for a walk, and the big old Tom it's missing a whole foot. Like the whole foot is gone. The one that my neighbor insisted he was going to call the DNR for. Um I'm like the DNR is not going to come do anything with this turkey. Like it's very clearly getting around okay. It flew to get here, so it can fly. It's fine. It's just missing a foot. Like they're not going to put it down because it's living its best life. It's just stomping around a little bit to do it. But yeah, scared the poops out of Beans. It was pretty amusing. Because not only has he like never seen a turkey up close, but a one-footed turkey that's just sort of like stumping around, even better. Even better. Just very confused him. He was just like, what is this life? I don't know what this thing is. What's this huge bird? And I didn't want him to go mess with it because turkeys like are notoriously they become real rowdy when you mess with them. Hi, Marissa. Yes, and thank you, Barb. Don't forget to hit that like button. All right, next question. Oh, we're getting into biology here. What is the name of the pigment that gives leaves their green color, which decreases in fall and turns into yellows, oranges, and reds? What is the name of the pigment that gives leaves their green color, which in the fall decreases and turns to yellows, oranges, and reds? Um, but yeah, you'd have thought this thing was a pterodactyl, the way that he behaved, all kind of like suspicious of it. And I mean, granted, like turkey's a big bird. They're not huge like the turkeys that we eat because they're not, you know, artificially fattened up in that sort of way. But yeah, it was amusing nonetheless to see the look on his face when he saw this turkey just hopping around. I came across that turkey while I was out on a walk, and I was on the Discord after dark with the group, and um just walking around minding my business, and here it comes like dumping out of the dark at me. I was like, Jesus, didn't see it until I was like right on top of it basically. And I mean it didn't get like it didn't flap its wings or do anything real like threatening at me. It just sort of stumped away in the dark, but just like, what are you doing over here? Because I live in the middle of a city. It's not like I don't live out on the country. I failed science. The answer is chlorophyll. Chlorophyll is what gives leaves their green color. And in the fall, it decreases. They turn yellow and orange and red in some cases. Obviously, not every leaf does that, but they lose their color. All right, next question. What is the name of the famous parade held on Thanksgiving Day in New York City? What is the name of the famous parade held on Thanksgiving Day in New York City? I've only ever been to New York City one time, and it was because I was working at the Renaissance Fair at the time, and I was going there to perform at the Sterling Renaissance Festival. And we went into the city one of the days that we were there for the like weekend. It was like we got there on Thursday night, stayed overnight, went to New York City basically on Friday, and then Saturday, Sunday, I had to work at the Renaissance Fair. I did actually get to see the city. Um, it was interesting and not really my speed of city. Like I really enjoy Chicago. I really enjoyed Los Angeles. New York was definitely a different beast. Like, I mean, every city is its own sort of entity, but you know, like New York is its own present, own world. And it was just not a I felt like an alien on a foreign planet when I went there. It was hot. I'm like kind of freaked out by heights, and so the size of the buildings, like it almost felt like while I was standing on the street, like the buildings were like leaning in, like they would fall on me or something. I don't know. I was getting really bad vertigo just looking up at these huge skyscrapers. Craziness. A beautiful city, but not one that I necessarily enjoyed for different reasons, but very beautiful. The place that I felt the most at home while I was there was in Central Park. And I think that's just simply because it's the most like where I'm from. You know what I mean? Like there's trees, it's quieter. Come in the fall. Well, I mean, technically it was in the fall. It was September. It was the last weekend of the Sterling. Was it the no? Was it the closing weekend? I feel like it was, well, it was one of the weekends, but it was late in September. I mean, not quite fall, pretty close. I mean, I guess it was late summer really when you think about it, but um fall had already officially happened at that point. But it was so hot, especially in the city because the buildings, they don't lose the heat during the day. And so that and the concrete of the sidewalks and the streets, like it just maintains heat. So it was very sultry. I did actually enjoy it more as day turned into night because we walked from uh the Madison Square Gardens all the way to the Met. And by the time that we were walking back to meet our train, um, night had fallen and it was a different animal. And I did really, really, really enjoy it at night. Different beast than during the day. And I did like the nighttime, but did not care for the day. It's too bustling, too busy, too loud and warm. But nighttime New York was really beautiful. Not that daytime New York wasn't. It was just like I said, it freaked me out. So I learned very quickly that I couldn't look up while we were walking because it just freaked me out too much. Like I said, I don't know what it is. Just got bad vertigo. All right, next question. Oh, did you answer the Macy's Thanksgiving Day parade? Because that's what it is. Um, what do squirrels now? Skip that. We'll skip that one too. We already asked that kind of. What sport is most associated with fall in the United States? What sport is most often associated with fall in the United States? Um, yeah, it was lovely. It just wasn't maybe someplace that I would want to live. An all right place to visit. I did really love LA. I loved LA in the daytime. I loved it at nighttime. Yeah, I loved LA. I thought that was just a different cool vibe. I did like going to though to your New York credit. Um the Nintendo store was really cool. It was almost like a museum for Nintendo in the US. It was really neat. And then we went to Rockefeller Plaza Center, Rockefeller, the Rockefeller building. And we went downstairs into the Swarovski store and they had like this bench that you could sit on where behind you was this rhinestone curtain. And I'm sure people who are shopping there that are much wealthier than I am or influencers that might be there were taking, could take pictures and things like that. Because you could take pictures there. They were okay with you taking pictures, but that I thought that was pretty cool. The Swarovski store. Because I like glittery, shiny things, and boy, does the Swarovski store deliver in that respect. Oh my gosh, it was so much sparkle everywhere you looked. Everywhere you looked. Rockefeller Center, thank you. You can see Starry Night in person in New York. Yeah. Might be fun to see a Broadway show one day. Yeah, heck yeah. I would not mind seeing a Broadway show. I do love Broadway. I love musicals. And the answer is football is the most associated with fall, the sport most associated with fall. Okay, next question. What is the term for when the day and night are of equal length, marking the start of fall? What is the term for when day and night are of equal length, marking the start of fall? Because there is one in the fall and there is one in the spring. But what is that term? And I would accept one answer as sort of like the half answer and the other as the full answer. All right, let's. Ooh. Man, I'm almost ready for a nap. I was up very late, tech slash early this morning, getting things ready, sending out emails and whatnot to different like businesses for sponsors for the Mary Morales event. That was fun. Made a band on Etsy because I guess I don't know because it doesn't say on my form, but I must have gotten banned for sending messages via Etsy or something because I couldn't find where it said what I did wrong, but I wanted to contact them to say, like, hey, if they could unlock my account. But in order to get the information on who I would uh, send that to, you have to log in. And I'm banned from Etsy because I sent apparently too many requests, like messages or whatever to people. So I got to start that whole process over again. That kind of sucks, but it is what it is. Some people can only be reached through their Etsy store. Like they don't have their own website or they don't have an email address somewhere where you can just message them that way, which is kind of a bummer, but I'll give it some days before I start worrying too much about it. Mm. All right. Let's one more. There we go. You got banned from messaging too on Etsy. Oh, see, no, I didn't get temporarily muted. I got banned and I tried to appeal it and they denied my appeal. So, the answer to the question is, and like I said, I would accept one part of the answer or the whole answer. It is the autumn equinox. Now, I see that some of you said solstice, and here's why it is not solstice. An equinox, if you watched my unboxing video on my the summer solstice one, then you would know the difference between a summer solstice or the solstice and the equinox. An equinox happens in the spring and in the fall. And what happens, day and night are exactly the same length. In the spring, it's your day and night are exactly the same length, and then you're moving into the longer days of, moving into summer. In autumn, it's the days are the same length, but you are moving into the days where the days are shorter and into winter. A solstice is when you have, like, in summer the days are longer than the nights, and then when you hit the solstice it means that your days are going to be longer, and then when you hit it in winter your days are going to be shorter. So equinox, meaning equal, in the spring and in the fall, means that the day and night are equal, and a solstice, which is in the summer and in the winter, means that you're going to have longer days and then shorter days. um the other fun fact about that is, during the spring equinox and the autumn equinox, you can balance an egg, because you just can. I don't know. It's funky, but you can balance an egg because our tilt on our axis is like straightened out at that time, and you can balance an egg. Very cool stuff. Neat, neat, neat. All right, I gotta find symbol am I looking for? We can do this one. A few of these, not too many. But I really enjoy this canvas, you guys. The only thing I will say is I think you can kind of see here. I had stopped working on this canvas for a while because I was a little concerned with how orange she looks. I'm just going to keep going. I'm going to trust the process. And because I can see, like, in viewing distance, it doesn't look that bad. But in person, it's very orange, like really incredibly orange. So because Distracted by Diamonds does their stuff, their rounds in acrylic, I might not buy rounds from them anymore, but I am almost positive that their canvases that are squares are in resin. Now I won't know that until I've opened up the kit that I have in squares from them, but I just, or at least I wouldn't buy things that have people as the subject, just because I'm not a huge fan of the orangey looking render. That's just a personal preference, really. Hello, Kat. Welcome, welcome. All right. Next question. What type of tree has leaves that change color and drop in the fall? And I do not mean like oak, maple, whatever, birch. I mean specifically the type of tree. There are a couple different types of trees, right? One is one thing and the other is this thing. What type of tree has leaves that change color and drop in the fall? That's one of their, kind of signature things about them. Here's another one of your little science questions. This would be like, you know, tree biology, I guess. See, you thought you'd never need these answers when you were done with school. And here comes Naomi asking you quizzes with these questions. Just putting that third grade education to work for you, baby. That's what I'm doing. Just trying to make sure that your third grade education was worth it. Thank me later. Got to make sure your third grade education goes somewhere. I'd hate for you to not use it and lose it. Annoying ones. Leaf cleanup as hell. Yeah, I mean, there is that. They are annoying. I will grant you that. Not quite the answer I was looking for, but I'll give you that they're annoying. All right. The answer to that question is deciduous trees. It's okay if you didn't spell it right. Deciduous trees. And then conversely, the other kind of trees are conifers. Which fall holiday celebrates the dead in Mexican culture? Which day celebrates the dead in Mexican culture? On that note, and I don't know if it'll come up or not, but because you just never know sometimes. I don't remember what the heck quiz questions are. Um, so I remember when I was younger, we used to do things for Devil's Night. You guys know what Devil's Night is? Have you ever heard of that? It's supposed to be the day before All Hallows Eve or Halloween. And that's when essentially like, kids are doing naughty things and sometimes maybe getting away with it. Usually it's something harmless, like, you know, TPing somebody's house. Occasionally it might mean egging somebody's car or egging somebody's house. But usually the teenagers of the town, whatever the town is, would go out and basically just terrorize people because, that's apparently what kids do. And I remember one year we decided to go and mess around for Devil's Night, but I was at my cousin's house. And my cousin, she's like, mm, I would say like 8, 9 years. No, no, that can't be right. Maybe it's closer to 4 or 5 years older than I am. But she's older than I am. And I remember going with her and her friends in Michigan, and they lived in a very small town, like itty bitty, doesn't have a police station. Like, it's volunteer firefighters. Like they're out in the middle of nowhere, dinky little town. You know what I mean? Like they've got a main street that runs through it where people can pick up their necessities or whatever from and do a little shopping, but mostly that's storefronts that are just bars. Okay. Well, we went out for Devil's Night, and I remember my cousin um ended up getting caught. I did not get caught initially until after the fact when basically they told her, all of her accomplices need to turn themselves over or uh, they were going to impound her car, they were going to haul her off to jail, all of these spook tactics, right? And I remember she rolled on all of us immediately, and all we had done was, toilet paper people's houses or whatever. But I remember, and I don't even think I was partaking because I was pretty young at the time. I feel like I was maybe, uh, I don't know, 8 or 9, 7, possibly. Um, but yeah, she rolled on all of us immediately. We all got in trouble, and then the next day, we all had to go around and pick up, like, clean up the mess of the people's houses that we TP'd. Like, it was something, I'll tell you. But to be fair, then after that, I don't think I ever went out and did anything like that again on uh Devil's Night, except for in my own in my own yard. I did something similar when I lived in Madison during a Devil's Night thing, but and so that I didn't get caught this time, or if I did get caught, less likely because I had TP'd my own yard. So nobody could blame it. Like, of course, it wouldn't be me. Somebody TP'd my yard too. My mom found out, made me clean it all up in my own yard, not my neighbors and whatever. She didn't make me clean that up, but she made me clean up our yard. Yeah, small town Michigan, that's right. Sean, have you ever heard of Langsburg? Langsburg, Michigan. It's like it's outside of Perry, and it's like Meridian. Meridian is like a suburb of Lansing. Okay, so it's like 20 minutes away from Meridian. But yeah, that's where we were at, was small town Michigan. You know, you butchered the spelling and the pronunciation of, and the answer is a Dia de los Muertos. And that is the Day of the Dead. That's the fall holiday which celebrates the dead in Mexican culture. All right. Next question. What is the primary ingredient in candy corn? What is the primary ingredient of candy corn? Oh, wow, Glory. Glory says, my daughter's wedding anniversary is November 2nd, 1 year. Oh, well, please wish a happy, happy wedding anniversary day to me, or to them from me, if you get a chance. Even though they have no idea who I am, but I wish them very well on their journey. That first year, man, that first year of marriage, it is magical. And then you end up pooping in the same house as the person that you're living with. And the magic's pretty much gone after that. Once you smelled another human being's poopies, there's no getting around it. Getting around it. A little bit of that romance is gone forever. I mean, unless you're going out of your way to not poop when they're around, like, which is not good for you, by the way. But yeah, that first year of marriage is hot, heavy, and beautiful until you've pooped in the same house with that person, or had them poop in the same house with you. Yeah, nope. That'll ruin some of the mystique for you. So hopefully it'll it's the test, I tell you. It's the test of any relationship. You can handle another human being living with you and their stanks, then you're usually going to be okay. I don't know why that in particular is the gauge, but there you have it. Here I went on a mini retreat in Langsburg. Oh, wow. That is a small world, Sean, because Langsburg is only like population 600. Okay, so funny story. In Langsburg, where the IGA is, like, okay, you're coming into the four-way stop to go into Langsburg, and there's an IGA, and I think it has a Subway next to it and a flower shop. My aunt and uncle used to own that IGA. It used to be my aunt and uncle's IGA, grocery store. For those of you who don't know what an IGA is. Yep, that was their IGA. And then their little downtown, like, I don't know if Nick's Pizza is still there, but probably not. I think Nick's closed a while ago, but um they're like, I have so many memories built into Langsburg. Like, when I think of home in Michigan, because I was born in Lansing, but my family has always lived around Langsburg, Charlotte, Perry, Durand, like that area in Michigan. Like, that is my home. Like, that's where my family is all from, is that part of Michigan. So small world that you would have gone on a retreat in Langsburg, but I could tell you some stories about Langsburg, up to and including my cousin and I getting busted on Devil's or TPing houses and having to go out the next day and clean it all up. Like the Nazareth church. I remember my boy cousin, not my girl cousin, used to throw rocks at their windows. Oh, he got in such big trouble because that has like actual stained glass windows. Oh, he got his ass tanned for that. Busting out one of those stained glass windows. He got in big, big, big trouble. And the funny thing is, that cousin in particular didn't even live there, like in that town. So of course you're gonna go bust up some other churches, like some other town church's windows, not your own. But yeah, my uncle tanned his ass for busting the Nazareth church's windows. It's weird to even hear that somebody has heard of Langsberg. So funny. Your second date with your husband literally said to his face, "I'm a gassy gal, take it or leave it." Yes, exactly. See, now Dustin was already sending me pictures of his eliminations before we even started dating. Because we worked together at the Humane Society, and I'd be out on a call in the van, and all of a sudden I'd get a text, a text notification, and it would be a picture message, and attached to the picture message would be the sound of a flushing toilet, and it would just be a poop. I'm like, well, thank you. Appreciate you felt that it was so important that you send that to me in a picture. So yeah, we pretty much took care of the mystique of that pretty early on. But yep, that's how you know. That's how you know if your relationship can make it, is whether or not you can handle another person's bodily functions happening around you. Because like like hell, am I gonna go and like try and find a gas station or something like that to not poop in my own home? Do it, because guess what? Everybody poops. I know. It's a shocker, guys. I'm aware. Don't know how I got on this topic, but oh right, first year of marriage. Took like 8 months for my hubs to, oh, wow. Well, he held off for too long, probably. That's not good for your colon. Hold it like that. Ah, too funny. He probably regrets it now. Like, why'd I hold it all that time? Why'd I hold it in? All right. I have been changing out the check marks in certain places for other diamonds. And in this case, I have these diamond dots. They're 5011s. They're these ones. And I've been putting them on these like bubbles or whatever. Just a couple of them. Nothing like too major. Just a little bling. I've also got a couple of other changes that I made with this kit, but again, nothing that you would like very subtle changes. Probably people wouldn't even notice unless I really like point them out or get the canvas really close to the camera. I was like, nope, my tummy sucks and there's no hiding it. Seriously though, you don't want to play around with that. Got to make sure you're taking care of your bowels and all that sort of good stuff. All right, where did this drill come from? It was just on the canvas. That's possible. All right, let's see. Next question. Oh, did you answer what is the primary ingredient in candy corn? Because it's sugar. That is the primary ingredient in candy corn is sugar. Yep, just lots of sugar. All right, next question. Um, in the US, what month is Breast Cancer Awareness Month? In the US, what month is Breast Cancer Awareness Month? Yeah, some of these colors, it's like strange the way that the computer decided to render a few. And like reading distance, it's much better. However, that said, like in person, even if you're 6 feet away, it still has a certain look about it. And wasn't it wasn't what I thought the render was gonna do. That said, it's still a beautiful image. Like even this one. Yeah, I may have some gripes about the orange and whatever, but so far, I mean, so far the image looks really lovely. I am very, very happy with that. I just don't love the orange of the skin. The rest of it has been turning out really beautifully. I would say all in all, I am satisfied. It's just that's one thing I don't love. And then, of course, the other thing is the fact that it's acrylic, and so, like, sometimes if you rub your hand across the top of an acrylic canvas, like, the drills will just come off because they don't stick into the glue very well for some reason. It's very bizarre. All right, the answer to what month is Breast Cancer Awareness Month in the United States would be October. It is October for Breast Cancer Awareness Month. All right, next question. What are gourds and squash commonly used for in the fall? What is, or I'm sorry, what are gourds and squash commonly used for in the fall? All right, come on, mouse, work with me here. There we go. But yeah, all in all, I would say that, obviously little gripes, but I do not dislike the quality of the canvas. I am almost positive in the long run, if I just get over myself a little bit with regard to the color, that the color is also going to be just fine. And I will have nothing really to worry about. Oop, oh, oops, still on there. There we go. But yeah, I would not caution anybody against buying from Distracted by Diamonds or anything like that. I think just the only thing to be aware is that the rounds are acrylic drills and that sometimes the render is not precisely what it's going to be when you, but I would not say that there is anything so terrible that I would be like, never buy from Distracted by Diamonds. I don't think that. All right. And the answer is decorations. They are most commonly used, the gourds and squash are commonly used for decorations in the fall. What is the traditional symbol of harvest festivals? What is the traditional symbol for a harvest festival? Do you know it? And I'll give you a little minute to answer that. All right. Whoop. And then a separate kind of polling question, right? For the Mary Morales event that is going on, like I said, from December to January, December 1st to January 31st, what is the likelihood that you would buy a pen from the event or a tray from the event? Just curious. Stay. Dang it. Yeah, sometimes it's very strange because like you'll see a color on the canvas and then you go and look for that kind of color on top of these containers and the color is not the same. I might use this color before. All right, let's see. Here, droppies. Probably tray, not pens. And yes, the answer is a cornucopia. That is the symbol that is often associated with fall and a harvest and harvest festivals. So, I mean, I have been in a couple of events, right? And I feel like, if they were offering a pen and a tray and I don't know, a tumbler, let's say, or no, whatever, a dust covered jacket book, something like books, things like if the event had things associated with it, like a journal or yeah, I would, and I had the money. I feel like I would buy. I mean, if I was really into the event, I think I would buy those things, right? I think it would just kind of really depend on making sure that the the person who was doing the event made sure that it was something that everybody would enjoy. Like, I wouldn't probably buy a tray, let's say, that was for just throwing a name out there like Dakotathon and to do a tray that was bright orange. I don't really like bright orange. So I would think that if the host or hostess or whatever was to keep the coloration simple enough or whatever, like that that would be that would be something that I would at least consider, except not if it's ugly, lurid colors that I'm never gonna pick up the tray again. It's gonna sit in a drawer, you know. So I was just curious, like kind of what the temperature of the room was on that. Because I do know that um we will be planning to have merch that is specific to Mary Morales. Um, but I'm kind of looking through colors and designing some things that I feel like you could you could pick this up for, one, a decent price, and then two, that you'd be able to pick it up and it would match with just about anything that you have. It's not something that it would be like, okay, and I had this tray designed specifically because it looks like, the it would match. For instance, Mizuchira, which is blue and white. It's a beautiful blue tray, but not everybody likes blue trays or whatever. So I'm exploring my kind of color combo options and things like that because each shop offers different silks or techniques or whatever. So I'm basically trying to cover all bases and have a variety of sponsors so that there's a variety of even trays to choose from, or pens, or oh, sorry, lost track of my thread. I was listening to the cartoon that my son's watching. It got me all sidetracked. But yeah, I'm looking to design something that people are going to and that people are going to use. That it's going to match with anything and everything that you might be working on. That it's not going to be something that's going to clash heavily with every piece you put it next to. That it would definitely work with any Morales, but then really any canvas outside of that. So I was just curious. And Michelle posted again the details for the upcoming Diamond Paint Along, the Margaret Morales DP Along. And I think it's going to be just lots of fun. Just really lots of fun. Especially once I've got prizes all lined up for each week, and I'm really hoping that this takes off and that it's something that we can show enough growth for businesses that people will want to keep coming back, and then new sponsors might want to sponsor next year. Pastels. Okay, so Michelle, I I agree with you. I feel like yes, there are like pretty much pastels in many of the kits. I would say most, not all, but definitely enough for it to be of notice. But I'm also trying to steer away from having something that you only use when you pull out certain diamond paintings. So I'm trying to avoid that like as much as I can. Is DAC the only one that sells Morales? So technically, writing a cover minder would be cool. I am working on that as well, Sean. A cover minder for it. All those extras overwhelm me. I feel bad when I can't get the things, and maybe a tray or one thing if I had the money. I honestly just want to do the canvas and focus on seeing progress. That's fair enough. Um, so the plan is, we're running this DP along, et cetera, et cetera. But as far as where you can get Moraleses from, yes, it is kind of limited right now to Diamond Art Club, except if you are purchasing a cross stitch conversion. Well, you buy the cross stitch pattern and then you do a cross stitch conversion. Heaven and Earth Designs is the name of the place. They sell Margaret Morales cross stitch patterns, and you could do a cross stitch conversion. Now, granted, that might wind up to be a little spendy. I don't know a lot about it as far as like how to set it up, whatever. I've purchased my own cross stitch pattern for when I'm ready to do a cross stitch conversion, and it is but Margaret Morales is licensed with Diamond Art Club right now with Heaven and Earth Designs for cross stitch specifically. You may be able to find a destashed kit from DIY Moon Shop. They have they had a lot of pieces from Margaret Morales. However, if somebody else ends up with a DIY Moon Shop Morales before I do, I'll cry because I want one so bad. But yeah. And then the other way would be if you're doing a custom or something and you expressly have Margaret Morales's permission to do it, um, then you could do like a custom or whatever off of her art. But I would have to see proof that you had gotten the artist's permission, because it has to be a licensed canvas or one of those particular stipulations for the event if you want to win prizes. It's not going to be like wings and anythings where basically anything goes, that you didn't need a specific kind of kit, you didn't need any specifics at all really. You could kind of do whatever you wanted to do, paint on whatever you wanted to paint on for topic and whatnot, and you were still considered a participant, even if, you know, your participation was in a little bit different, a little different way. But yeah, unfortunately, right now the only place that you can get current licensed pieces from anywhere would be Diamond Art Club, uh Moon, or I'm sorry, Die Moon Shop if you're buying a D stash, and then Cross Stitch can. But Heaven and Earth Designs has some beautiful, beautiful, beautiful Morales patterns. I purchased oh, what's her freaking name? Hold on. I'll tell you in a second. Just got to look at it. Oops. Did it. Oh, give me the. Ugh. I'm going to open the link that Michelle posted. Go to the site. And they have some really beautiful Moraleses. The one that I chose is, where'd she go? Where'd she go? Heck is she at? My mind. One that I got, Helena, specifically, and this is gonna sound a little bit silly, but I picked this one because she looks like me. As weird as that sounds, I version for the event. Like I'm not doing that, but I put a link in there. I'm not going to do my cross stitch conversion for it, but I will be eventually doing a cross stitch conversion, but I picked that one up specifically because she looks like me. And yeah, that's a little bit sad, I admit it. Pastel is perfect. My shop is pastel themed. Oh, nice. But yeah, as far as for this event, I was gonna try my best to keep the color palette neutral, not boring, but kind of neutral so that you could get this tray or whatever and one be able to see the drills in the trays or whatever, but also that you would be able to use it with anything that you're working on and it's not gonna like look crazy or clash too much or whatever. Especially if you're like a content creator, you want to use a tray that fairly well matches with the stuff that you're working on. And so yeah, that's the plan. And I think the colors that I'm looking at for the trays are going to work really well. It is still kind of a palette, kind of. but like it's not like uh, a bubblegum rainbow or something like. I did look at the very, very light rainbow, like pastel rainbow, but I didn't think that enough people would enjoy it because it doesn't necessarily match like perfectly with every kit. So the one that I picked isn't going to match perfectly with every kit either, but it's going to come a lot closer so that, yeah, just a thought. All right. Oh, yeah. The last quiz answer. Sorry about that. I got on a tangent. It happens. All right. The last quiz answer was cornucopia, which we did. What is the term for animals preparing for winter by eating extra food in fall? What is the term for animals preparing for winter by eating extra food in fall? What are they getting ready for? What is the term that they're getting ready for? As far as I am aware, this is also the only season in which animals do it. Would be winter time. They do this. So they're preparing for this thing. And what is this thing that they're preparing for? The squirrels gather the nuts. The bears super flex, fatten up. The mices plant the mices store their seeds away in your cornholes. What scent should I use? Ooh, I have an option. So the colors that I'm thinking, um, if you look on Firefly, go to fireflyva.com. Hang on, put in an extra letter. I am looking at, I gotta look and see what that silk is called. Okay, so it is, right, where is the, because as far as I know, there's a couple of different places that I'm getting trays from, and one of them is Firefly. Oh, where is it? There it is. Okay. It is called Arctic Sky. And if you look on that I'm about to post, this, no, I don't, please don't use a floral scent. Please do not use a floral scent. I don't like floral scents. Oh my God, I can't stand floral scents. Please don't do that. Please, please, please. Only because I want to be able to use it too. I just don't care for floral scents. I am all about, like, especially because it's kind of a wintry time. Um like, like sweet smells, like candy smells, cookie smells, not too sweet smells or cookie smells, but like cookie smells, or even like even fall-ish kind of scents, like I was talking about earlier, not necessarily like pumpkin spice, but like, cinnamon apple, or, that sort of thing. I mean, even lavender, I enjoy that as a floral scent, but if it's a floral scent, it almost needs to be more of a musk, like a masculine smell, than a really, really feminine smell. I can't handle florals. I will get a migraine. It is not fun because you can't really diamond paint when you got migraines. So please don't do a floral scent, especially not a really strong floral scent. Um, but that color in that thing that I posted from Firefly, it's called coral. Yeah, that filament is gorgeous. But it's called Arctic Sky. And I love that color. It's my birthday. What's my favorite dessert? Cheesecake. Specifically, okay, I either like tiramisu, which is really a cheesecake because it uses mascarpone or mascarpone, whatever. It uses mascarpone cheese, so it's still technically a cheesecake. Tiramisu is. It's just a different kind of cheesecake. But I love cheesecake. I like caramel cheesecake. I like cheesecake. That's my favorite. That's my favorite dessert. Cheesecake and tiramisu or brownies. But brownie is a hard one to get right. Chocolate is a hard smell to try and get correct. So I will go with cheesecake. I don't eat birthday cake, although I like birthday cake smell. I do like the smell of birthday cake scented stuff, but cheesecake. Not too minty. I don't care for strong mint smells. Yeah, I mean, mint is iffy too because it can go from smelling good to like medicine or toothpaste really quickly. But yeah, I like cheesecake. I like cookies. I like sweet smells, but not floral smells. I can't do floral smells. Like I said, I can't even go into the Bath and Body Works because the smells in there like blow me out of the room. Like I appreciate your suggestion, Michelle, but bleh, can't do it. Can't do it. Do a pen, trinket tray, cover minders, and ooh, that's exciting. You can send me a sample and I'll show it off. Oh, and then will you send me on Discord, not the, will you please send me a graphic of whatever your store, like your store stuff is, so that I can use your graphic on our on the Facebook group, and then a link to whatever your storefront is so that I can put that um on our sponsors link page. Okay, florals like old lady perfume. Yeah, very much. Ooh, caramel. Caramel is very, very good. Warm sugar cookie is good. Yeah. I can't share screen because I'm not on StreamYard. When I'm on StreamYard, I can share my screen. I didn't go on that this time. Um, okay. Question was, what term for animals preparing for winter is hibernation? Well, hibernation. All right. Now it is 10 after 6. I went a little over. I know. I got all sidetracked. But if you guys want to keep the conversation going and you want to talk to each other, not just listen to me talking, you can always go on Discord after dark. And now that we're moving into the colder months, dark is happening earlier because it's already getting dark outside right now. I usually hop into the Discord within, I don't know, usually an hour, as long as I don't have anything else pressing right that minute that I have to do. But it should be less than 10 minutes, I would think, this time that I can join into the Discord. If you would like to join us for Discord After Dark, there is a link in the description. It is an active link to Discord. Otherwise, I believe Miss Michelle maybe already posted a link. If not, I think she might. Um, to the Discord so that you can join us. But thank you guys for doing fall quizzy stuff with me. I may continue the fall quiz next week where we move into some more difficult questions since those were all the pretty much the easy ones. Again, if you've got any suggestions for what you'd like to see as a quiz show, let me know and I will add it to the queue because like I said, otherwise all the ideas come from me. Otherwise, you guys, thank you so much for hanging out with me. If you would like to, you can you're unable to post the link to the Discord. I will get the link if I have to. Um, but if you would like to post a link to your own social medias, your YouTube channels or whatnot, you can do so right now. That is totally fine with me. If you want to linky people to your channels, I say go for it. Let me get you a link to Discord. Here we go. Boop and laboop. Ew, working Tuesdays. Gross. All right. Link to the Discord in the chat if you would like to check us out. And you can join us, like I said, for our Discord after dark. Thank you, thank you, thank you for joining me as ever. And I appreciate each and every single one of you guys. I hope that you have a wonderful week. I'll be working on my whip and chat where I can get more into depth on how my week was. And hopefully you will check that out as well. If anybody would like to go ahead and link to your YouTube channel in the comments now, so feel free. Or usually if you just type at and your username, I think they can click on it and it'll take them there. I'm not positive. But if you put at in your username, they'll at least figure it out because then they can just grab that, copy paste it into the YouTube search bar. But yeah, guys, I super, super appreciate you guys hanging out as ever because Tuesdays are lots and lots and lots of fun. Much love to every single one of you. And I would be happy to hang out with you further in Discord tonight. Otherwise, you guys, I suppose that's me just about to get out of here. Say your goodbyes in the chat chat rooms in the chat and I will see you again on Thursday night on Twitch, otherwise right back here on YouTube on Saturday night at 7:30 p.m. Central Time. All right, you guys, I hope wherever you are in this great big beautiful world that you are having a phenomenal morning, evening or afternoon, whatever time it is, wherever you are. I'll see you again later on, guys. Goodbye.